Hey everyone, this is Health Coach Nancy, and as we kick off the summer of 2018, today's topic would be the sunscreen, and skin cancer. I'm first going to say that I'm not giving you any medical advice. I'm just giving you information so that you can make better decisions for you and your family. So I looked it up in a WebMD, the cause of skin cancer, and I'm also not saying that WebMD is the most credible or viable source, but I know that many of you think that it is, and therefore I pulled it up for the use of this video. So according to WebMD, the cause of skin cancer is the sunlight. It's overwhelmingly the cause. It actually uses the word overwhelmingly, the most frequent cause of skin cancer. I won't go over all of the reasons for skin cancer that they have listed because I want to focus on just two of the reasons, okay? And one of them is the sunlight, as they mentioned, as the number one cause. Also, they're indicating that impairment of the immune system is also the cause of skin cancer. It also goes into the people who are at the greatest risk for skin cancer. It goes into fair-skinned people. It indicates genetics is a factor, which I have a difference of opinion on that, but that's a different video. Okay, so the advice that WebMD is giving us in terms to how to avoid skin cancer are the following. Avoid intense sun exposure by staying out of it from 10 to 2 p.m. I think also there's some articles that mentioned until 4 p.m. So we're encouraged to stay away from the sun between those times. Also to wear a hat with a brim, long sleeves, and trousers. Pants to protect ourselves from the sun. And also utilizing sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher whenever you're outside. And also to check for lesions and moles and having a yearly mole check. If you see anything that has changed, then that needs to be looked at. Okay, so let's go over this. Despite the ongoing yearly advice, skin cancer in the United States is rising. So this is the advice that we're given year after year. You open up a magazine article as the summer approaches, you'll see it. The news will inundate you. Then we have the commercials that will tell you what to do, to slather on sunscreen to protect you and your family from getting skin cancer. So despite the fact that this advice is given to us year after year, despite the adherence of this advice, the increase of melanoma is rising, and in fact it's been continuously rising for the past 30 years. According to the American Cancer Society, the estimates for the 2018 calendar year of new diagnosed melanomas is 91,270, and that's a staggering amount to me. And out of that amount, 9,320 people are expected to die as a result of melanoma. Now, it is specifically mentioned melanoma. There are two other types of skin cancers that I am aware of. I just didn't look up those stats. But again, the rates of cancer, regardless of it's melanoma or not, is continuously to rise. And we're adhering to the advice. If you look on the shelves, if you go to your grocery stores, you go to your health food stores, or wherever you're going to buy your sunscreen, you will be inundated with different brands out there. You will be inundated with this one helps stay on even if you're swimming. This one's for when you're sweating. This is an SPF. You'll see an SPF out there. I've seen as low as 8 all the way up to 65. So there's many different options out there for us to pick, right? So I kind of want to go over that because I want you to know what you're putting on your body, and how what you're putting on your body to protect yourself from skin cancer may actually be the culprit of causing skin cancer. So according to the Environmental Working Group, EWG for short, I'll tell you who they are and what they do. They do a lot of research to better educate us. The Environmental Working Group's mission is to empower people to live healthier lives in a healthier environment. With breakthrough research and education, we drive consumer choice and civic action. They are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to protecting human health and the environment. So EWG did some research on sunscreens, and what they found out is the most common sunscreens on the market contain chemical filters. These products typically include, and I'll mention the ingredients in these products. I'm not a scientist. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce these words, but I will also type them in the description so that you can see the correct spelling of these words, okay? So, oxybenzone, avobenzone, octisalate, octocrylene, homosalate, and octinoxate. So those ingredients are in our sunscreen, and I am of the thinking that if you can't pronounce it, then you shouldn't be putting it on. But the Environmental Working Group, the work that they're doing is specific to the oxybenzone. There, in fact, if you go on to their website, and I'll put that link also on the description, but if you go to their website, there is a link on there for you to sign a petition so that we can get this harmful chemical out of our products. And not just sunscreen, folks, but also our moisturizers and our makeup, what we're putting on our skin. And the reason why oxybenzone is so important to get out of our products is it is bad for the environment, number one, and number two, it's bad for us. And how is it bad for us? It is bad for us because what it does is it actually causes endocrine disruptors in our system. It mimics hormones, and it can lower, it's been linked to lowering of sperm count and in men, and endometriosis in women. It is very toxic to our. It's very toxic to our bodies. It can cause a lot of problems. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention routinely detects oxybenzone in more than 90% of the American population. So this oxybenzone is in our bloodstream, and it's staying in our bloodstream, and it's causing endocrine disruptors, and it's causing hormonal imbalances. And here we are, we could be having a problem. If you're a young man and you're married and you're trying to have a baby and there's a problem, could it be the sunblock? You know, I'm just throwing that out there. It could be other things, but this is something that we need to look at, and this is something that we really need to avail ourselves to. Not only has oxybenzone been known to have a problem with our hormonal system, and it's also been linked to cancer. So here we are, we're told to slather on this stuff with ingredients. We're told to slather on this stuff to protect us from the sun so that we don't get skin cancer, but yet it's got ingredients in it that causes cancer and other health problems. It doesn't make sense. So what should we be using? Okay, so what we should be using is mineral sunscreens. Okay, folks, we should be using sunscreens that are more natural. What do we look for? Okay, so I held up this a little while ago. Okay, this here is the Coppertone Sport SPF 50 UVA UVB protection. By the way, guys, this here has all of those products that I tried to mention a little while ago, all of them. So this will be thrown out in the garbage. As I was doing this research for this video, I pulled out the sunscreens that I've been using. This was one of them. This will be thrown out, okay? The other one that I have here is this one. This one I got from Trader Joe's last year. I think this little container here, I think I paid $10 for it. And I got it because I did know a little bit that zinc oxide was better for you. So when I saw that it had zinc oxide, I did buy it. Now, it says non-nano zinc oxide. So let me explain that. A nanoparticle is a very, very small, minute particle. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know it's a particle that, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm putting this on. Okay, you see the white film on my hand. All right, so the nanoparticle, what that does is it keeps that film from not happening. So when we put the sunblock on, it goes on clearer, so we don't see that. Okay, so a lot of people don't want to have that that white milky film. Okay, so even if you rub it in, folks, you could still see it. All right, see, look at the difference. All right, so the nanoparticle allows for the product to go further into our bloodstream, so we don't have that. So the thing with the nanoparticles, however, there's not a whole lot of information or research, and it's kind of, since it's so minute, it's kind of hard to detect what is actually going on with this particle. So I saw this has a non-nano zinc oxide. So that's what you want to try to look for, a non-nano zinc oxide broad spectrum sunblock. Now, by the way, the Environmental Working Group does have a listing of recommended sunblocks. So you can log on there, look at what they're recommending. You will pay a little bit more. This was only $1.99. This one here, that was only $1.99. But you know what? For my health, for a few dollars more, that's fine. I will not be using that or the others anymore. Some of them you can get on Amazon. I did notice, I clicked on some of them and you can get on Amazon. And so I put that link in the description as well. You can also make your own sunblock. Okay, Wellness Mama, she has a great recipe on her webpage, and there's some I saw also on Pinterest. You can do that as well. Now, I will caution you, if you're going to make your own sunblock, most of the sunblocks at home that you're going to make will require essential oils. Do not use a citrus essential oil to make your sunblock, because that will cause you to be more photosensitive to the sun. So you don't want to do that. Also, you want to make sure that your essential oils is very pure. You want to make sure that you're getting it from a viable, reputable source. It's very, very important. You don't want to get your essential oils from a supermarket, from a pharmacy, and even some of these health food, not health food, but health store resources. I'm not quite sure if I would trust that either. I'll put a link to where I get my essential oils if you want to take a look at that, and I do recommend that company where I get mine from. So just wanted to give you some information about the importance of knowing what we're putting on our skin, and how vitally it is that we're educated, because we're taking their advice, but they're not telling us that to be careful of the chemicals that are in the products that they're telling us to use to avoid skin cancer. I do also want to quickly go over, as one of the causes of skin cancer is the lowering of the immune system, or being immunosuppressant. Now, here it is interesting that they're telling us to stay away from the sun, yet the sun helps us to develop vitamin D. Vitamin D has been known to help us with the increasing of a strong immune system. So I'll quickly go over that. The vitamin D, actually what it is, it's not an actual vitamin, but it's a fat soluble hormone. that we develop when we expose ourselves to the sun. It not only helps us maintain good, healthy bones, but it also, again, I'll repeat it, it helps us with maintaining a good immune system. Now, if you are vitamin D deficient, that is room for concern. So you want to make sure that you get your vitamin D levels checked routinely to make sure that you are not going below the recommended range. Okay, that's very important. Most of us will become more vitamin D deficient during the fall and winter months because the UVA rays are not as strong and we're not out in the elements as much as we would be when it's in a warmer climate. I just have to put this plug in there because if vitamin D is essential to our immune system, and we're typically in the fall and winter months, our vitamin D levels will go down. Could that actually be the cause of some of the flus we've seen out here, some of the bronchitises we've seen, all those winter sicknesses that we see in the fall and winter months? Could it be that it's a low level vitamin D and not that we actually need a flu shot? So your doctor they are checking vitamin D levels quite often now. Your doctor may actually prescribe you a vitamin D prescription vitamin D. Now, if your doctor is recommending vitamin D to you, and your doctor is not also recommending vitamin K2 with it, then that's a disservice to you. Vitamin K2 helps absorb vitamin D3. They work together. They are married, and they should be taken together. This is what I use, and I can tell you that my vitamin D level, even during the winter, and I have my results here and I'm going to show you, have been much better since taking this product, okay? And I'll put the link on there below as well. This is vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. It works together. It's got 10,000 international units of D and 100 micrograms of vitamin K2. So I'll put the link there. Now, I will also say this. I do not just take this and think, voila, it's good. I also eat a plant-based diet. I do not eat processed foods. I do not consume sugar. So I take my vitamins and minerals and supplements, and I do what I need to do. My meats, I get great quality meats from Butcher Box, and my fruits and vegetables are organic. I know that many of you cannot do that. I understand. Do what you can. If it starts off first with eliminating sugar, you're off to a good start. So just wanted, again, to give you some information. Oh, I did tell you that I was going to show you my blood results. Okay, so in January of 2017, my vitamin D was 34.2. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it. But my vitamin D level was 34.2. The range is 34 to 100. That is the range. And in January of 2017, it was 34.2. I started taking this product, and then in January of 2018, my blood results for vitamin D was 80.1. And my doctor said she had not seen vitamin D level that good during the winter months. Usually she said she had to write a prescription. So here are my results for the calendar year, January 2018, for my vitamin D. It's at 80.1. So guys, don't be afraid of the sun. Go out there, enjoy it. I'm not saying you should go out there the way I do. I love to be out there hours and hours and hours. I'm not saying that, but I don't want you to think the sun is a bad thing. It's natural. It's God-given. And we're expected to trust a source full of chemicals to keep us away from getting skin cancer. Instead of protecting ourselves the right way, be wise, enjoy the sun, go out there and enjoy it. Get your natural vitamin D. I'm telling you guys, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel energized. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the box below. I'm not an expert, but I will help you as much as I can. If anybody has a sunscreen recipe that you'd like to share, please put that on there. Any other information. So listen, guys, let's help each other out. Let's understand how our bodies are designed to operate. And let's go out there and enjoy the day. Enjoy the summer. All right? Have a great day, everybody. God bless you.